India alliance finally moving on seat sharing. After alliance with Samajwadi Party, Congress ready to ink deal with AAP. Seat sharing formula blueprint ready. Delhi 7 seats. AAP will fight for Congress 3. Haryana 10 seats. Congress will fight 9, AAP 1. Gujarat 26 seats. Congress will fight 24, AAP 2. Bharuch, Bhavnagar in Gujarat will go to Aam Aadmi Party. Assam 14 seats, 13 Congress will fight, 1 seat will be for Aam Aadmi Party. Goa 2 seats, Congress to fight both, AAP to give up claim on Goa and on that 1 seat of Chandigarh as well. But AAP makes a shocking allegation.
आम आदमी पार्टी को ये धमकी मिल रही है कि अगर इंडिया अलायंस मिलकर दिल्ली में चुनाव लड़ेगा, अगर आम आदमी पार्टी और कांग्रेस पार्टी सीट शेयरिंग करेंगे, तो आने वाले 3 से 4 दिन में अरविंद केजरीवाल को गिरफ्तार किया जाएगा.
Another claim from AAP, sensationalism or substance. And what does AAP Congress combine mean for the India alliance? Top story to the point this evening.
All right, so we gave you the details in terms of if the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress come together in the various states on which the blueprint of the alliance or seat sharing has been worked out. But let's now get into a macro picture. Let's just look at Delhi, viewers. What were the results in 2019 when the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party went alone? The BJP in 2019, in terms of vote share, seat share, the BJP swept all, 7. But in terms of vote share, the BJP stood at 57%, the Congress then stood at 23%, and number 3 was the Aam Aadmi Party that stood at 18%. Even if you put together, and we're going, of course, many would say these are last time's numbers, it might be different this time around. But even if you put together 23% plus 18%, viewers, and that comes to a measly 41%, that is still way less than 57%. So even the Congress and the AAP, especially where Delhi is concerned, coming together, does it really help the alliance? Well, maybe many would suggest that the political landscape has changed, but if one is to go by sheer numbers of the last time around, then not quite. Even the combined strength in terms of vote share doesn't come any which way close to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Let's quickly now bring in our panelists this evening while we go back and break down for you on what this blueprint, which hasn't been announced yet. The alliance hasn't quite been announced yet, but what does it look like? Let's break it down for you. In terms of the seat sharing arrangement, we'll put those graphics out right now. What it really looks like where Delhi is concerned. Delhi has 7 seat, viewers. We're going to put those graphics out right now. 7 seats for the national capital Delhi, out of which 4 will go. We're going to put those graphics out right now. Okay, there. So 4 will go to the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress 3. Now this was the sticking point earlier because the Congress wanted 4 and the Aam Aadmi Party had dug in its heels on 4. So now, at least on Delhi, the Aam Aadmi Party has got its way. Let's move on now to the other states where both the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress have succeeded in seat sharing from Delhi. Now let's move to Haryana. 10 seats of Haryana. Aam Aadmi Party has not really fought any election in Haryana, but this is going to be their next game when it comes down to state elections. And the Congress, of the 10 seats, has conceded to give 1 seat to the Aam Aadmi Party. So of the 10, the Congress fights 9. The Aam Aadmi Party fights 1. Let's move on now to the other state where they've come up with arrangements, and that is the state of Gujarat. 26 seats, seat sharing in that. The Aam Aadmi Party will get 2 seats. Now, it was the state of Gujarat that gave the Aam Aadmi Party a national party status with about 6% vote share. Now, those 2 seats are Bhavnagar and Bharuch. Let's move on from Gujarat and move towards Assam. Out of 14 states, the Aam Aadmi Party has got 1. The Aam Aadmi Party had ambitions of fighting in 1. They've never fought in Assam. In fact, they have fought in Assam, but really never quite seriously. And the Congress has now got 13. The Aam Aadmi Party 1 from Assam. Let's move on to the 2 seats which they've given. They've conceded to the Congress, the Aam Aadmi Party. Goa, of the 2 seats, the Aam Aadmi Party had announced a candidate, but they have conceded, taken back the candidate. Both seats go to the Congress Party. Union Territory of Chandigarh, one seat. That is where the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress were fighting over. Aam Aadmi Party is conceded. Let Congress fight it. Will this formula work for the India Alliance? Let's take it to our panelists. Joining me is Akshay Marathe, National Spokesperson, Aam Aadmi Party; Charu Pragya, National Spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party; Onika Mehrotra, National Spokesperson, Congress; Ashutosh, author, political analyst. Ashutosh, I'd like to come to you first before we make it political. In terms of sheer maths of it, Ashutosh, many would suggest 2019 figures really would not suffice, but that's what we have to go by. So if you go by that, the combine of AAP and Congress still doesn't match up to the strength of the BJP in Delhi.
Why we are taking 2019 as a benchmark? Why not take 2014 parliamentary elections? In 2014 parliamentary election, the BJP got 46% vote share, and the Congress and the AAM combined were 47% vote share. So the data you want to look at is very, very different. And don't forget, Delhi is a very unique state in terms of elections. In 2013, Aam Aadmi Party from nowhere comes and get 28% vote share, and but in 2015 assembly election, there is a jump of 24% vote share in the Aam Aadmi Party. So the Aam Aadmi Party gets 67 seats and the vote share jumps to 54%. But in a parliamentary election, just the reverse. Similarly, in 2019, Aam Aadmi Party, in 2020 assembly election, Aam Aadmi Party again gets 54% vote share, and in parliament election, Aam Aadmi Party's vote share dips to 18%, and the Congress gets more than the BJP, more than this. So it's a very unique phenomenon in Delhi. Every election, in my opinion, is a different election, and because the past vote share and the numbers can be a pointer to the analysis, to the discussion. But the fact of the matter is, if the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress are together, if they give a sense of unity to the voters, then they will present a very potent alternative to the BJP, and that's why the BJP has to be a little bit worried about it.
All right, okay. The reason why we picked 2019 and not 2014 was 2019 is closer to 2024 than 2014. And that's the only reason why we did so. And that would be, I would reckon, arithmetically what we would need to go by. But I want to cut across to Akshay Marathe. Akshay Marathe, you've got 4 of, 3. 4 against 3 where your seat sharing in Delhi is concerned. The sticking points were what, Akshay Marathe? The seat of Chandigarh, which you wanted, and possibly that one seat in Gujarat, which Ahmed Patel's family is very keen on.
Preeti, first of all, I can neither confirm nor deny that these seat sharing numbers are correct.
You can deny.
The only thing I can tell you is that the negotiations are still on and they are in the final stages. Of course, in the final stages, it often happens that there are leaks, and maybe the leaks are correct, maybe they are not correct. But the fact of the matter is that in the last few months, both parties have worked very meticulously. It has been a slow process, sometimes frustrating process. But at the end of it, clearly there is light at the end of the tunnel, and we are very positively working towards.
As I bring in Onika Mehrotra, I'll ask you one question. Akshay Marathe, I'll ask you one question. You're saying that these are just leaks. But yesterday, you had your leader, Arvind Kejriwal, and say talks are nearly over, they're on the brink, nearly finished, nothing's going to happen, it's too late. Have we moved beyond that today? It's not so late? No, talks are reaching fruition?
I can assure you, I don't think Arvind Kejriwal has ever said that talks are on the brink. Sure, some leaders of both parties have had fatalistic predictions about the future of the negotiations, but it can be the individual views of those leaders based on their views of how the negotiation is going on. But I'm very happy to say that both national leaderships of both parties have been very mature. They have not made any stray remarks that can affect the dynamics at this stage. We are committed to the idea of fighting the BJP unitedly. We are committed to the India Alliance. And we are hopeful that this seat sharing works out for the best for people who actually are looking for an alternative. Let me make one final point before you go to Onika. The key here is voter enthusiasm. I was part of both 2014 and 19 elections. Voters of AAP and Congress felt that there was no point, because BJP was such a juggernaut, these two parties are going to split the votes between each other. But this time, with a united face, the voter enthusiasm in both parties' voters will be very high, and they will come out in bigger numbers than we have ever seen before in Lok Sabha elections. And that is
All
the
right,
source
Akshay
of our
Marathe,
optimism. And
you know, because this is something I quite enjoy doing, but let me do it to you. Let me make you listen to what Arvind Kejriwal said yesterday, and I'll go across to Anika Mehrotra. Let's listen in, and Anika Mehrotra will go to you then.
देखिए अगले 1-2 दिन में क्या होता है
सर। लेकिन सपा के साथ अनाउंस हो गया है, आपको लग रहा है कि अब तो कल जल्दी अनाउंस हो जाए तो सर क्लियर हो जाए, क्योंकि डिले हो जाए।
बहुत डिले हो गया है, बहुत डिले हो गया है, जल्दी होना चाहिए।
बहुत देर हो गई है. That's what he said. But doesn't matter, Akshay Marathe. Things change every 24 hours. Everything changes. And he did say अगले 1-2 दिन में देखते हैं क्या होता है. But Anika Mehrotra, I'm going to bring back the figures of 2019 because that's what the figures we have to go by. And there, Aam Aadmi Party is actually number 3 where it comes down to vote share. You were 23% and Aam Aadmi Party stood at 18%. What made you agree to being a junior partner in Delhi by giving Aam Aadmi Party 4 and you fighting 3?
It's not like that, a junior or a senior partner. Preeti, let us put it very clearly. The purpose behind the whole India alliance has always been that the divisive politics which is being done by the Bharatiya Janata Party or Modani or Modi government, whichever you would like to address the party, that's a focus point that we have to get rid of such a party which is actually dividing India into bits and pieces in terms of their policies, in terms of their behavior, the farmers, the demonetization, you name it, and the mess that they've created. So the purpose behind the whole is to eradicate such a party which is actually spoiling the democratic fabric of this country. And that is why we feel it's not junior or senior.
So you've done it for the larger good? You've done it for the larger good. This is your alliance dharma, where even though you had a larger percentage in the last election, you've decided to give Congress, the Aam Aadmi Party, at least where Delhi is concerned, more seats. I want to come to you, Charu Pragya, to pull you in on all of this. With what Ashutosh said, you know, every election somewhere down the line, he's also correct, is a very different election. And the figures of 2019 really might not hold, and possibly in 2014 or what went down could come in. And if that really happens, then that's quite a cause of concern. While I do it, I'll also go constituency by constituency, break it down on what were the vote share out of this each 7 constituency, and which constituencies the Aam Aadmi Party, Congress combined could actually have a fair shot. Over to you, Charu Pragya.
Thank you, Preeti, and a good evening to all my fellow panelists and all the viewers. And very respectfully, to answer to what Ashutosh ji was saying, elections or politics of any kind is not math. It is more chemistry. And I have always realized that when we try and put 2 and 2 together, it doesn't always add up to a 4, because that's not how people function. But I find this new alliance that Aam Aadmi Party and Congress has found very interesting, because the dialogues, if I can call them that, spoken by the leaders on both the sides have been quite telling. Because the Chief Minister in Punjab had said, Ek thi Congress. A month ago, a candidate had been declared on a seat in Gujarat, and the seat of Bharuch at that, where the daughter of one of the tallest Congress leaders, Ahmed Patel, wanted to contest. That seat was declared a month ago. I don't think there was any discussion during the declaration of a candidate for that seat between Aam Aadmi Party and Congress, and that shows you the position of the Congress in any of these alliances. Of course, the leaders like to believe that when we come together, everything is going to be hunky-dory. लेकिन हिंदी में ऐसे कहा जाता है कि नेता तो हाथ मिला सकते हैं, लेकिन क्या कार्यकर्ताओं के दिल मिलेंगे? In the days past, those who've been abusing Congress in certain states, do you think they're going to come together and contest together? Because you had a very contrary stand, and in so many states you've had a very contrary stand. However, in this particular case, BJP is going to remain a bystander, because it is nothing to do with our house, and I'm only making observations as a keen political observer. That being said, for those who are hoping that Bharatiya Janata Party's vote share is going to go down, let me assure you that election after election, Modi ji's popularity continues to be on the rise, and that is because he shows us a report card of the work done by Modi government before every single election. That report card ticks off the promises we have made. That report card shows us a vision of the future. And India's rising position, whether on a global platform or on a developmental platform within the country itself, is ample proof, and that is why love continues to pour upon BJP.
All right, fair point that you've made. It's more chemistry, and Ashutosh, I'll bring you in on this because you talk of 2014, Ashutosh. That was a time where Arvind Kejriwal was fighting against Narendra Modi in Varanasi. There was a tempo to it. You yourself fought an election and actually did better than Kapil Sibal, but lost to Harshvardhan in Chandni Chowk. So I'm just harking back to that period. Things are very different because there you had a Arvind Kejriwal who many thought had the audacity to take on Narendra Modi in Varanasi. And things are very, very different right now. And Charu Pragya has a fair point. Chemistry, a lot of people will be coming in, not in terms of figures, but only be looking at putting that vote on what they feel is a vote for the Prime Minister, Modi.
On a lighter note, I lost because of Harshvardhan.
I'm saying you did better than Kapil Sibal, but you lost because of Harshvardhan.
That's a part of the history. See, Arvind Kejriwal has always been very, very maverick. Look at Delhi. In Delhi, he contested against Sheila Dikshit, and everybody thought that in 2013, if Aam Aadmi Party had ever chance winning 1 or 2 seats, it was the Arvind Kejriwal. And he's pitting himself against Sheila Dikshit, and Aam Aadmi Party has no hope. But it won 29 seats. That's amazing feat by any political party. See, in my opinion, 10 years is a pretty long time in politics, and there is a definite anti-incumbency against the government. And there are enough indications to show that Mr. Narendra Modi and Amit Shah is worried. I'm not saying that whether he's going to win election or lose elections, but look at the chronology. Look at the chronology. The Pran Pratishtha of Ram Temple is very strategically done on 22nd. Then the Karpuri Thakur and Nitish Kumar exit. Then Mr. Jayant Chaudhary exit. So all this, if everything is so good that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to pull this election and nobody can challenge him, then why all this exercise is done? All this exercise is done for a simple reason, to make their election foolproof. There is no other reason. And don't forget it, 2004, everybody remembers that when everybody thought that the India is shining, Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee led BJP got less number of seats than the Congress. So every election is a new election.
All right, every election is a different election, but sometimes there's a narrative which is being built, like you pointed out. And right now, at least the narrative or perception is in favor of the BJP, at least where we are standing right now. And we're only looking from that perspective. Okay, closing comments. Let's go one by one. Charu Pragya, I'll come to you. Allow me to bring in Akshay Marathe. You can give the closing to both AAP and Congress there. Akshay Marathe, closing comments. Why is this election different than 2019? How the combine will help where Delhi is concerned, at least?
Really, the proof of the pudding is in its eating. And if you look at what happened in the Chandigarh mayor election, if the BJP and Prime Minister Modi is so damn popular, why do they feel the need to steal an election like they did with the presiding officer being a BJP member, defacing ballot papers, and forcing a re-election and a really volte-face on the BJP leadership? And the second part of this is that we have been receiving threat calls from different people associated to the BJP saying that if you go along with this alliance, because now they are also hearing that the alliance is coming to a final stage. They're telling us if you go along with the Congress, we will arrest Arvind Kejriwal within 2 days. That is the kind of fear and sheer fear among the BJP ranks that these two parties are coming together, and it might be a big deal, big blow to them.
All right, but Akshay Marathe, it's high time that maybe proof might be furnished at the back of these claims that the party makes, because these are very, very, previous charges.
I understand, and 4 out of the top 5 leaders of Aam Aadmi Party are already in jail. I think that is good enough indication of what the BJP is capable of doing.
All right, Anika Malhotra, final comments, ma'am.
I think 2024 is a time where we need to ensure that the dictatorial politics comes to an end and democracy comes back to its original form, where the people of this country can actually voice their opinion, work confidently and move ahead without the fear of ED, CBI or whatever. You can't always threat anybody and then, come to power. BJP is frightened and a very meek at this moment, I feel.
All right. Charu Pragya, let's also just move a bit beyond Delhi, because, of course, Delhi, we've broken up the math. But in, let's say, the Union Territory of Chandigarh, if actually the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress come together, and if you look at what the figures were the last time around when Kiran Kher won, which was your candidate from Chandigarh, that table could turn.
See, I'll tell you, Preeti, why we are winning elections. That's because we are working very hard. We are not leaving things to chance. We don't function like the Congress does, who says, jisko jana hai, usko jane do. Also, whenever an Aam Aadmi Party leader talks about BJP people threatening them, I'm sorry, जब हम बच्चे थे हम एक बात कहा करते थे ना, tell me your secret, मेरे पेट में दर्द हो रहा है. I literally have tummy ache right now because Aam Aadmi Party has been making these claims for the longest time. पहले बोल रहे थे कि BJP को join कर लो. Now you're claiming that BJP is threatening you. Give us a name, Akshay. Otherwise, stop all this. Please, you know, it's just sounding very petty, childish. You need to stop all this. If you don't have names to give to the people of this country or even to the investigators, stop making these claims and work harder within your own party.
Can I tell the name?
Sure.
It's the same person who brought Chhagan Bhujbal ji from the opposition ranks to the BJP side. It's the same person. I
Sir,
think
we don't know. All this conjecture might be in political corridors. Give us the name.
Ajit Pawar.
Give us the name. Come on, Akshay, do this time. Give us the name.
Charu ji, such a senior person in the BJP. She knows Ajit Pawar ko kisne
But
laya hoga.
okay, our viewers don't know.
I don't know anything.
Our viewers don't know.
It is unfortunate that we don't know who Himanta Biswa Sarma was brought, how he was brought in, how Suvendu Adhikari was brought in.
Okay, no, 1 second. Now, Akshay Marathi, you said I'm going to give you the name. Give us the name on national television.
Who's in touch with the leaders of your party? Just tell us that.
If there are 50 leaders of opposition parties who have been
Akshay
taken
Marathi,
by the BJP using
okay,
ED
listen,
and
I'm running out of
CBI,
time. I'll give you 5 seconds to give me the name. Akshay, are you giving us a name? Yes or no?
Stop saying that on TV.
It is the same person who brought Ajit Pawar. I'm telling you.
Again,
how is it,
conjecture.
What is the
Give us a name,
that?
Akshay. We're all extremely intelligent.
Who brought Ajit Pawar to the BJP after saying Chakki Pissing? The same person. It is the same person who is trying to threaten Aam Aadmi Party.
Okay, I'm not saying it. Okay, so now whoever is watching this, he can Google who said Chakki Pissing. With that, I'm going to close the debate. Appreciate all for you for joining us. It's going to be a conversation which will be taken forward in days to come. Thank you.